You are welcome to Unmasked Lifestyle. And we have I'm Chinwe here, and this is Lara Ade. So today we're just going to be chatting again. Once again, this is the part two of the Abula Nigerian dish that is so fully packed that we just want to bring the awareness to you, our special audience. And we just want to thank you all for coming in here to just have an informal conversation about this amazing recipe. So, if you have any question, just put it in the chat. We are just going to be answering any questions you may have. We're just going to talk about it. It's just going to be as organic as possible.
As much as possible, yes.
No preps. Or yeah, we just want to have fun with this.
Yeah, we'll just be ourselves.
Yeah. So this is Lara. Lara is our special guest, and she is the one that is the brain behind this amazing recipe. So Lara, you can.
Oh, well, I'll take that credit.
Yes. So I am. The last time, I think there was one question that somebody had. Let me just, is it okay? I welcome everybody.
Please.
Because this is just an informal session. And if you're here, this is our Lara here. And we have Boss Ade is here. You are so welcome, Boss Ade, for coming. Thank you so much for being here.
All the way from Matson, Illinois.
Oh my goodness. Boss Ade, all the way from Illinois. You are so welcome to this amazing session. I hope you will enjoy it. So, and I see in the chat, you were talking about the video series for African food. That means you have seen the videos. That is amazing.
Cool.
Thank you so much for watching us. And I would encourage you to give us a like on this video, please. If you're using your phone, sometimes you may need to go back a little bit and then give the thumbs up, and then you can come back in. So if you will do that for us, that would be fantastic. So thank you, Boss Ade, for all the way from Illinois. I have my good friend here, Anne. Thank you so much for your support and for coming to join this session. Really appreciate that you're here today. Thank you. We have Superboss. He's another content creator. Like Superboss, what he does is he just shows you all the tourist areas in the UK. So if you're looking to travel or something, that might be a good place for you to go and check out and get all the little niches where he just points us to and show you what you're going to get when you get there.
Oh, cool.
So it's like a travel channel kind of thing that he does, which is really super cool. Thank you, Superboss Kek, for coming here. You say something? Okay. Just want to recognize everybody. See, he's the one that has all this. Jadine is here. Jadine, thank you so much for coming. Really appreciate your support all the time. Superboss. So I guess I'm happy to see you host. Thank you so much, Superboss. From London. Yes, you're from London. We just talked about your channel, what you do, and I hope people will check you out. So if you have not subscribed to us, please, we really would appreciate if you would remember to subscribe and leave a comment even after this session. That would really be great. So happy Monday, everyone. Okay, so we have seen everybody who is here today, and where's Lara? Okay. Oh, I have Charlene. Charlene Hill is here. Blessings, blessings, and more blessings, my beautiful sister and all my family in the chat. Yes. Blessing, Charlene actually talked about in her channel. She's also a content creator. She talked about she does a lot of inspirational videos, so you can check her out as well. Thank you so much, Charlene, for being here. And yes, right now we have two content creators in the house, and you guys can actually meet each other. I don't know, Charlene. I don't think you've met Boskek. He's a very good support system as well. So nice to see you again, friend of a mask. Thank you all. And yes, lovely people here. So let's today we just want to have another chat about our special ingredients. And today the focus is on the Ewedu leaves.
Yes.
The Ewedu leaves, and some people call them jute leaves. They're called Molokhia leaves. They're called, oh my goodness, Munira is here. Wow, so special to see you, Munira. Thank you so much for coming. Wow, all the way from the amazing kingdom of Saudi Arabia. Thank you so much, Munira, for being here. She's my special friend. Thank you. You're so welcome. I appreciate your presence. Yes. So we have, okay. Super Buzz, blessings. Yeah, there's something I wanted to see. Okay. Okay, so Lara, you can say something about our conversation today, which is our Ewedu leaves.
Yes. So if you remember, if you watched part one of our part one of this series, we made the begiri. Just a quick recap. And the next one in the lineup for the creation of the Abula is the Ewedu, which we aired recently. And jute leaves, or Ewedu, or Molokhia leaves, as you say, is very rich. We also mentioned all of the benefits. But just to remind you that, first of all, it's a vegetable, and they're very, very tender, and they're very flavorful. And who wouldn't like that? And that's what makes the Abula very, very unique. The blend, the combination of the smoothness of the begiri, and the tenderness and the freshness of the jute leaf. There's just the way it hits you, and the flavors that come from that. So those are aside from all of the other nutritional benefits that we get. And
wow! And remember, your daughter had said it hit her palate.
Yes.
So
let me try and put those words together again. She said, "Mom, it hits something." No, she was telling her brother to come on and join the group, and she said, "It really hit something in my palate. The smoothness, there's just something about it, and it is real." And this is a 25-year-old saying this. Different generation, born here, raised here, and Abula is one of the is as authentic as you can find in Nigeria, in the Yoruba region.
Yes,
and that's her comment about that. So I give a lot of credit to Abula.
I know,
and for those ancestors that created it.
Yes, I know.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a very great combination. So let me recognize I got a super chat from my dear friend Charlene Hills. Thank you so much. You said abundant blessings to us all, love, unity, peace, prosperity. She always brings positive comment to any chat that she's in. Thank you so much. She's an inspiring, she has a great content in her channel as well. So you can check that out and support her as well. She's a great support. Thank you so much, Charlene, for that super chat. Really, really appreciate that. Oh, wow. I didn't realize it was a veggie. The Ewedu, the jute leaf, some people call them jute leaves, Molokhia leaves. I was actually also reading something they had called it another name. that I wasn't familiar with. In Nigeria, the eastern part of Nigeria would call it creme creme. They call it arira. It has different names. I think this leaf is lalo. Okay. Some people call it lalo leaves.
Yes.
It's like, I know in Saudi Arabia, they make soups from it as well. Yeah. So it's something that is so nutritious. It's very nutritious and people use it, maybe knowingly or unknowingly. And sometimes I was also looking and saw where it was kind of brought together with the okra, but definitely the Ewedu leaves is really a super vegetable. It's a super vegetable that, apart from the smoothness and all this, the taste that you get from it,
and the tenderness,
the tenderness that Lara was talking about, it is highly nutritional. It helps with so many things: digestion. It has vitamin A, E, C, all the basic, wonderful amino acids is in this particular leaf.
Yes,
and it's amazing.
And there was one item I actually left out because we talked about there was so much to say about the Ewedu. How about the medicinal values?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's science right there. We're told here that it prevents some conditions such as arthritis, even acne, asthma, cold, and a few other things. We can imagine, these are leaves, and we know that even in Africa, a lot of the medicines and the ancient healing products were gotten from leaves. So I'm not even surprised. I didn't know about this before, to be honest. But when I did my research, I wasn't surprised to learn that it's good for arthritis, for acne, so some skin conditions, and asthma. Yes. And of course we know that it's going to be a very good. It's full of fiber, full of fiber. So it's a natural digestive product for your metabolism. So
absolutely. And a disclaimer here: whatever we're telling you, we are not giving you we're not your nutritionist. We're only giving you tips on this, whatever we cook, because the essence of this channel is just to bring the awareness of healthy living that would help all of us. And these are examples of things that have helped us,
yes,
and have helped people we know,
yes,
that we wish to share with you. But we always tell you that you must always seek the advice of your medical practitioner,
yes,
so that you know that you are on the right path.
Yes,
because we are not here as your doctor or your nutritionist. We are here to give you tips, and you can do your research. But definitely, whatever we bring to this house, we researched it.
Yes.
But we are not telling you that, oh, this is it. This is not it.
Yeah.
So do your homework.
Yeah.
But it's a good awareness for you.
So yeah, like Chinwe said, these are just ideas based on experiences. And by the way, this is a food. It's a vegetable. It's not a medication. And if somebody tells you, oh, I have used it once when I was constipated, I just had a soup of jute leaves, vegetable, and it really cleaned up my system, and I felt lighter and felt fresher. It's a food. It's a kind of food. It's a vegetable. And so, of course, as we're not doctors, we're not in the medical profession, but we are giving you tips about this food, which can help you even medically, even though it's not a medication. So it's always nice to share best practices, like we talked about the other day. And so we're just about sharing experience and best practices, even as far as food is concerned. So this is not it's not a medical channel.
Yeah, let's you say healthy. It's a healthy
lifestyles and
healthy lifestyle.
Food happens to come to that, and
yes,
veggies, as we all know, they already have those great properties. And jute leaf is one of the unique ones,
which is what the focus is today.
Yes,
the jute leaves, Ewedu leaves. We call it Molokhia leaves, lalu leaves.
Yes,
creme leaves, arira leaves. It's whatever. If you know any name for this leaf, you can put it down in the chat so people can also learn or people from around the world call this amazing vegetable.
And by the way, can I share something that just came to my mind? So 2 days ago, we spent part of our weekend in northern Alberta, Edmonton, Alberta, and I actually brought home some fresh jute leaves. I forgot I should have brought it for you.
Wow!
A friend of ours talked about a lady that has a lot of these fresh.
Wow!
And that's Best of Africa store. And they sell a lot of food, authentic food products, ethnic food products, and that's where I actually got it from.
Amazing!
Fresh.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, we had used the frozen one for our recipe because it was at the time of the year you couldn't get them fresh anyways.
And also the frozen ones are easier too.
They're also easier. You can have them. You can have them. You know, in your house before you actually need to cook them. But the fresh one, you have to use it immediately.
Very true. Yes. You know, we have some new people coming to the house. Chika is a dear friend that, kind of lost contact with her, but reconnected with her at the wedding that I went this weekend. Thank you so much, Chika, for coming. Really appreciate your presence here. Thank you for the support. Thumbs up, John. Thank you, Sarah King, for the thumbs up. Really appreciate it. If you have not given us a thumbs up, we really appreciate thumbs up in this house. Thank you for coming, everyone. And much love. Who is that? Yeah. You're welcome to this live stream. I just want to welcome everybody. Oh, Chizobe, you're here. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you. Then we have Charlene Hill says, thank you for sharing. Honestly, I think we can do better for ourselves when compared to the healthcare system. They don't seem to focus on healing and nutrition anyway. That is another topic trick, you ladies. You have to join us. Charlene actually is texting, is on this chat from the United States. Charlene, exactly. I think you had told me where you were in the United States, but I forgot. I'm so sorry. So yeah, this is what we're doing here is just awareness. We're just reminder. We're just trying to encourage us, especially with what has hit us in this world, to superfoods are very good for us. Anything that will build our immunity, we need as much immunity as we can. We need to eat more healthy. It's not an easy journey, but I always say it's baby steps. Baby steps, one day we might get there, but we have to be consistent.
Yes.
Consistency wins the game. So slow and steady. We have Spotless Calm. It's another content creator who is here. You're so welcome, Spotless Calm. You're welcome to the house. So do you guys have any question? Rosuzoma is here. Rosuzoma is another content creator that, you can check out her channel as well. She goes from different things like, oh my gosh, Rose, thank you so much for coming. We have Africa, New TV. Hello, baby. Thank you for coming. Really appreciate that you're here to support this live stream. Charlene is saying something. Okay. Thank you all for coming. Where can I get these veggies? Okay.
I have gotten them at Real Canadian Wholesale here.
She's in the US.
In the US.
I think any store, I think the frozen section of any grocery supermarket.
Yes.
You just check in the frozen section, look for, I think mostly they write
Molokhia
leaves. Let me see. I have a frozen one. Let me see the name on it.
Yes. Molokhia leaves, or they might call it jute leaves. It's green. And I would say any ethnic store, Middle Eastern, African, you can get them there. Here, I was going to say real Canadian wholesale. We go to the ethnic section there.
So it says frozen, minced green, Molokhia. So they call it Molokhia leaves. So you can check it out, you know. But I don't think the fresh ones. I know in Saudi Arabia we get the fresh ones in the store. They sell them there. So it just depends on where you are.
Yeah.
In Nigeria you can get them. In Africa,
fresh all year.
Fresh ones.
Okay. So in the US, we're not sure about California. Yeah. Or somebody might decide to start growing them. Oh. Yeah. So we have different brands, but it's the same. It's the same nutrients you get from the same
one. Yes.
Yeah.
So let's see. There's more question on this. It's spelled Niger, right? No, Niger is Nigeria. Niger is Nigeria. On the title of this, okay, I have to change the title so that everybody will get it. So because she's confusing the Niger there as the name of
Niger is just the popular
short form
name that they use for Nigeria. Nigeria.
Yes. Yeah. So you know what? We're going to change the title for this recipe so that everybody would understand what it meant. So Niger is the short form for Nigeria. So the name of the leaf is, if you look at the title in bracket, we have the different names, the jute leaves, Molokhia leaves, Ewedu leaves. So that's the title, and that's how it's spelled. On the title, you see Molokhia is spelled there. You will see it there. So, Charlene, I hope you can, or you can even, if anybody needs to send further information, you can actually send an email to unmasclifestyle@gmail.com, and we will be very happy to answer further questions that you may have. So, so go ahead if you're.
Yeah, so we've given you all of the names, and I wonder if anybody has a question regarding the locust beans that we put in it. Mm-hmm. And I remember we had a question last week regarding the begiri, if we have to put the locust beans or not. Mm-hmm. And by the way, I have a comment. I got a comment from one of your viewers that said they paid attention to that question about if locust beans was necessary for the begiri. Mm-hmm. And locust beans can also be added to the jute leaves, and we did add it, right?
Yes.
We did.
Yes.
And we said you don't have to put it if you don't want. That is true. You don't have to. But this person, his name is Aki, he said, if you don't put it in, where's the flavor coming from? And then it's not real for them. The locust beans has to be there.
Yeah.
So they're big on the flavor and the authenticity of it because they always add it. So if we go by what Akin said, then I will say he's going to tell you must have the locust beans in the Ewedu as well. For flavor. And of course, it has its own nutritious values. But if you want to eat this combination and you don't have locust beans, especially if you've never even eaten it before, you might not know the difference until you eat it with the locust beans. So still go ahead and have your nutritions from the begiri and the jute leaves. Okay? And add locust beans when you can. Then you can see the difference. personally, I would always want locust beans in mine.
And then if you can find it too, because maybe the people want to try and they cannot find it.
Cannot find it.
But I know that for you to find these things, sometimes you have to go to the ethnic stores to find it. So, but if you can't find it, I tell you, you still get nutrients from the jute leaves or Ewedu leaves. And we have a question here. It says, it means that you can only buy Ewedu or Molokhia leaves frozen from grocery shops or not fresh. Yes, like I said, most of the stores in the West may not have the fresh ones because maybe it's not yet very popular here. Because if you notice in the West here, as things get popular, they kind of source them and bring them. So as this gets popular, if people start eating them because they're healthy or for whatever reason they want to eat it for, then the stores might start sourcing them and bringing them. But in the meantime, we know for sure that you can find them in the frozen aisle of most department stores.
Yes.
And we have got some big support here. Somebody is chatting us, super chats. That's what we call it when people want to support the channel. They can send money to the channel. Everything goes through YouTube. And this is African New TV. Thank you so much for that great support. Thank you. We really, really appreciate that support. Thank you so much. So let me see who else. We have a few questions here. Thank you so much, African New TV, for your support. We have locust beans makes it organic. That is so cool.
I told you.
It makes it organic.
Yeah.
So now you're hearing someone, Erosuzama, is saying it makes it organic. But if you cannot find it, still do not get discouraged. Go ahead and use it. You know, try these leaves. They're good for you. I know there was a question that came last time, but we did not see that question. The question was actually asked by In Praise. In Praise asked the question as he had said, what happens to you if you eat these leaves every day? What happens? And you know, I was looking at some benefits of this jute leaves, and it's amazing. Talked about improving restless leg syndrome. It maintains healthy teeth and gum. It supports cell growth and skin health. Lara had talked about acne.
Yes.
And those fall under the support skin growth and skin health. It improves sleeping pattern. I don't want to go into all of those details, but you know that the jute leaf has the magnesium. And magnesium is one of the minerals that help to treat or even improve sleep conditions. So most of the things that have magnesium, you're sure, or you're rest assured almost that it's going to help your sleeping, you know? So jute leaves, Molokhia leaves, Ewedu is the name for the authentic recipe that we are trying to showcase to you. We're not just showcasing the recipe, we are also showcasing the ingredients, the benefits that you get when you use these recipes. You know, it promotes weight loss. Oh my goodness! Ooh, the whole world is looking for weight loss. Now we might just decide to dive into this. Maybe if we eat it every day, who knows? You can try it, but I know for sure that it's healthy, it's good for your digestion, it's good for acne, your skin. It treats inflammation. Inflammation. You know, inflammation, you know, sometimes you have your legs get swollen or something. Those are all those things that come from inflammation. You know? So inflammation is deeper than that. But we're just running you through. But you can try out these leaves and see. Try them out maybe for a week. I would say 7 days. But there will be another recipe that will be coming with these leaves for you because sometimes even when you're not eating it every day.
That's true.
So you want to have different ways that you can eat.
That's true.
So let me finish. I have 3 more. It improves digestion, the leaves. It fights off colds and flu. Jute leaves, they are rich in antioxidants. I always talk about that. We talked about that in one of the videos.
Yes.
It protects high health. But we're only answering this because somebody had asked what happens if you eat them every day. So maybe if you eat them every day,
you will get some of those benefits. And it's interesting that my little research was obviously different from the research that Chinwe did. But I can relate when you talk about, they said it improves inflammation. The one I read talked about arthritis,
yes,
right?
Arthritis.
And then mine said something about acne, that it's good for people. And you also talked about the skin issues, it helps. So it makes it even more believable for those who did their research and put out those articles about the benefits of those. And of course, we know the properties. We know it has magnesium and all of that. And everybody knows that magnesium is good for sleep.
Yes.
And I have also read somewhere that if you have a good sleep, it's going to help with weight gain. If you sleep better, it helps with weight gain.
So we stop sleeping so we can lose the weight.
And it's also, no, we sleep more. If you sleep more, if you don't have issues with sleep, it's easier to lose weight. It's better for your body. It's easier to
now I
lose
got it.
weight.
Okay,
if you sleep better, you're healthier, and your body is able to convert what it's supposed to convert, as waste. And also, we talked about how it's good for your metabolism.
Absolutely,
digestive. And so that may also help with weight loss. And the fact that it cleans you, inside, will result in a better skin anyways.
Absolutely.
So they're all kind of interconnected. And we haven't even talked about the taste. We haven't emphasized enough on the taste of it. Like, it's food, it's not medication.
Yes.
And the feel it has when you're eating, it's so easy to consume. You can have it as soup, but of course you can have it with our fufu. Yes. Any of the fufu types that you choose, the pounded yam or the cassava flour, or even the plantain flour. There's so many.
Even mashed potatoes.
Yes.
This can actually
go
with mashed potatoes.
Can be
you want to flavor it.
Yes.
Without even adding the butter. The butter is what does the magic, but you can actually
use it as
you can change that.
Of course.
You can actually eliminate the butter because we're talking about healthy lifestyle.
And have the food and have the potato organically.
Yes. And that's part of the journey to weight loss and journey to healthy lifestyle. Go ahead. It's amazing.
So I am just trying to do the connections and to corroborate the two articles or studies or research that we're reading from. And for me, one confirms the other. And I actually used to know when I was younger, people who eat jute leaves, Ewedu, almost every day. Because I know some of those aunties and grandmas back in Nigeria, who will not go one day without eating their, what we now call swallow. They're like staple food that, they do the little balls of their fufu and then eat it with plenty of this soup and sauce. And it's, by the way, it's always better to have more of the vegetable and sauce than your swallow. For all of us Africans who like our swallow,
and it also depends. It also depends on what the swallow is made from. Because the swallow could be made from anything. Could be made from even Buka.
Yes.
Could be made from whatever plantain.
Yes.
Which is very healthy, especially
healthy
the plantain when it's not ripe.
Yes.
Anyways, but once they're ripe, there are more sugar in them.
Yes. Yes.
Which is what most children prefer. But as kids, why not enjoy it? Because kids are more active than adults.
Yes.
When you take a lot of sugar as a child, at least you're running, you're moving.
Yes.
But if you're an adult that mostly you're watching TV, then you might think about it and know that since you're not going to move, the food is going to sit in one place. Not that it sits, but that's what our parents told us, that if you don't move, the food sits in one place.
Yes.
But what it does, we know for sure, is that it doesn't help you with weight loss.
Yes.
If that is what your goal is. But in this channel, the goal is not about fat or slim or thin or whatever. The goal for this channel is about healthy lifestyle.
That's correct.
That's what it is. Yes. Because we all are made in different shapes and sizes.
Yes.
And we all can never all be slim or chubby or whatever at the same time. I think that the main thing that I think we all need is to live healthy, see how best we can help our systems to live and treat it and detox it and make sure that we are good. So that's we have a few people coming to the house. We have all our families from Tubacha. They're here. We have Scratching Pete. You're so welcome. We have Estilicious. You are welcome. Felicitat, my dear friend, all the way from Saudi Arabia. You are so welcome here. You're not sleeping. Thank you for your support. Thank you, guys. Thank you. So somebody's saying, wow, Africans, so blessed, yet ignorant. Ignorance of it. I prepare vegetable soup with it, then in Nigeria, but never knew is this loaded. Even some in the East see it as weed. Oh, really? I didn't know that. Wow. Are you serious? I didn't know they saw it as weed. Wow, that is interesting. Wow, I didn't know that. I know that my mom used it a lot as well. You know, she would use it with her okra mostly. So the Ewedu is really the Ibadan flavor that everybody kind of eats once in a while if it's not your traditional thing.
Yes.
So she, because we are the Eastern Nigeria, she would make it with okra soup. Okay, so she adds it in the okra and to give it the stickiness, the more sticky, because the Ewedu or Jute leaf or Molokhia leaf is very sticky.
Yes, and kind of it draws.
Yes, you know, so it's slimy.
Almost like slimy.
You know, so and most of those we are learning that most of those slimy food, they can be annoying, but they are actually really healthy.
Good for your inside, for your guts.
Yeah, so that's what we're learning. So it's interesting to see that somebody's saying this. I didn't know that. So over to you, Lara.
Yes. So I'm just wondering when her comment, Rosuzoma?
Yes.
Okay. That some people in the East even consider it as weed. I'm assuming you mean as something that's not useful, like something that you pull out and throw out.
Yes,
you know, it's plentiful back in Africa, I remember, and maybe and people eat it, and maybe they don't take it they take it for granted.
Absolutely.
Okay, and something that we see a lot of, we might not treasure it as much, but the fact that they eat it a lot in Nigeria, it means that they know its values. And if people who don't recognize it, who don't know its values, they might weed it out and think it's just weed and weed it out.
Yeah.
But if they listen to our presentation here today, I think they'll stop treating it that way.
They will rethink. So we would encourage you to please share this out to your friends and family, because we want to see how we share this. You called it
best practices.
Best practices.
Even with food.
Yes. You know, food is, you know, when we talk about, I know in December I had done something about healthy living, how do you, what are the things you do that is healthy steps? We know exercise is part of it, but actually food is 80% of our healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
So the food we eat, whatever you take in, is big deal. So that's why we have to think about it, and sometimes even the procedure of how you prepare your food also make a big difference on how it helps your system.
So I'm going to turn what you're just explaining there, mindful eating. Because
that's it.
Yeah, we all know about mindfulness.
Mindful eating.
Doing everything mindfully, even making notes and all that. And when you're cooking, you can be mindful about it. Okay, I'm putting this in. I'm adding this because I know it's good. I'm cooking it this way because it's the healthiest way to cook it. And I'm going to present it in a certain way so that it's even attractive. It's even inviting to eat. And there's something that does also to our system. If the food it doesn't look yummy, it doesn't look delicious, it doesn't smell good, it has no flavor, no character to it, our system, is it our hormones or is it our saliva that already starts working ready to receive the food? And that is actually helpful in digestion.
Absolutely. Oh my goodness, I like that. I like that explanation. That's fantastic. So we have all of these chats going. If you have any question, please engage us. If you're still here and you have question, just put it in the chat. I can see it. We can see the chat and we can answer any questions that you have. Because very soon we're going to be shutting down so that you guys can go and do what you have to do. How are you doing today, Superbus? Okay. So yeah, that's so the next week we have the part 3 of this amazing recipe. It's called Abula. Actually I failed the test in the first part when she was asking me, so what's the whole combination called? And I'm like, okay, I wasn't even thinking. But I knew what it was, but I wasn't. So next week, Monday this time, the Abula will be premiered. So if you want to be one of the first to see it, you have to tune in at 12 o'clock next week, depending on where you are. The same time, you can set it on, a reminder for you. It will give you a countdown, then you can watch it at the same time that everybody. Please, I would encourage you to share it. Share this video. We want people to know. We want our families to heal, because this super vegetable can heal your system. It can heal your system. It can cleanse your system. It can help your system. You saw when I read some of the benefits, and Lara talked about all these benefits from a different research from what she has said, and it's all towards the same goal: help your skin, help your digestive system, and you don't want to be the only one who is healthy in your family. You don't want to be the only one who is healthy amongst your friends. There's no award that you are the only one who is healthy and everybody around you is dying. You're not going to get a certificate for it. All you're going to get is that you are going to be so depressed, because you will never be happy if your friends and family if they get sick. So share some of these recipes that, the reason why I'm encouraging that you share it is because this is not one of those news that is that go viral, because it's not bad news. Because if you got any news that is telling you, oh my gosh, I nearly killed my husband, you would share it. There is no way you are not going to push the share button. So you must share it. So this is not killing anybody. This is just to save people.
It's saving somebody.
So share it as well. Because some of the news that actually bring value, bring sense to us, we don't appreciate them. We don't even share them. So let's share good news and not just wait for bad ones. And then when you look at those and see, all of this bad news, it's like 1 million views. Everybody's hitting on it, sharing it. Oh my God, she nearly died now. Yeah. Wow. So let's share good news as well so that people around us can get well. So we have Rose Uzoma is saying, dried Ewedu leaves, how healthy is it? Is the nutrition the same as fresh?
Okay, good question. And I have seen them. I have seen dried Molokhia leaves. And what I will say is it will retain as much value as dried tea leaves will retain.
Absolutely.
So fresh is always preferred if we could have everything fresh. But we all know in this world and with our seasons and everything, it's just not possible. So most dried fruits and vegetables, we do know and agree that it might lose a little bit of its 100% value. But when they're dried, and the method with which they dry them also help to keep most of their nutritional values. And all we need to do then is to reconstitute them by soaking them in warm water, and then we use it. And dried, frozen, I'm not even sure. You're getting most of the nutrients. It's also probably a matter of preference. But I would take dried any day because I take tea, and these are all dried.
Yeah.
I take a lot of other fruits that are dried to preserve them. So the method of drying, if it is right, it preserves almost
like you say. Like,
I can't even tell what it takes away.
I don't think it takes away anything. I think what it takes away mostly is the freshness, but for the content,
the nutrition.
Like for instance, when you use, especially, I think for the most part, let's go to the seed now, since we're talking about dryness and all of this content. I think the main thing is what seed produced this Molokhia leaves, because most of the seeds, that is why people are eating and it's not giving nutrients, because most of the seeds are all diluted. We don't know why. But if the seed of this Molokhia leaf or whatever you're drying is the right seed, then whether you even sometimes some of these things, when they are dried and they are from the real seed, they actually give you also benefits, and they're even stronger. For instance, what's this yellow one? What is it called? Like, let's say, I can't even remember what it is now that I wanted to use for an example, but let me say ginger, for instance. If the ginger is authentic ginger and is dried, sometimes you see that the dry ones, the taste is not the same as the fresh ones, but they are actually really very, very more stronger. So I don't think, like you're saying, I think, like you said, most of it retains.
Yes,
sure, it retains most of it.
Yes, it might just be a matter of preference.
The taste.
Yeah.
The taste might be different.
A little different.
Yes, and the color might not really come back to real green, depending on how they dry it.
Yes, so it will be a matter of preference.
A little bit of dark green.
Yeah.
The taste will change.
I am not aware of what it loses in terms of nutrition, in terms of its nutritive value, but it will just be aesthetic. Aesthetic, the color, the new color, and the fact that it's dried and not wet. But in the end, it's going to be cooked in water. It's going to be steamed. So whether from dried or frozen or fresh, it's going to get wet anyways.
Yes.
So far better than not having it.
Exactly.
Use dried, use frozen, use fresh in the season if you can find it. Like I said, I brought some fresh ones home.
Yes, I know.
And it's amazing to have it fresh, but that's only once, a few times a year that you can get it that way. So let's use what is available.
Yes. Wow, that's cool. Great question. Thank you for bringing that question. Because the question that you ask benefits everybody who is in the chat, so it is better frozen or dried? Not necessarily. I think it is better to get what you can access. I think that's the way I would look at it. I would, what you can access and what is easier for you to prepare. Like if you have a very busy life, you might just want to get a frozen one and off you go. Because when you get the fresh one, you have to wash it
immediately.
You have to pick it.
Yeah.
You have to do all of that, cleaning, make sure there's no sand in it, and all of that. So,
yes.
So it just depends on your situation,
or
your circumstance.
Correct.
So I would use any, either dry, frozen, fresh.
I use them all too.
I would use any that I can. Whatever is convenient, they are all the same. I would use any. Thank you so much, Rosa. So, what else? Any more questions? Let me see if I missed anybody in this chat. Sarah. Wow.
Okay.
That is so
good
cool.
At everybody.
Lucas Wings. Yeah, keep going.
I have one thing to say about Abula. Abula.
Yes.
Abula. Like we had it last week.
Yes.
It actually signifies something being mixed, something being added to something in a mix. And that's what we're gonna have next week.
Okay.
A combination of, should I give it away?
No, don't give everything away.
Just we'll keep
something
it there
for them.
So you a privilege to have been on this question and answers today, because you got a little bit of insight into next week.
Yes.
So we're keeping it right there.
Yes.
So we know you'll be back, and you'll tell your friends to be back here next week to see the real Abula and what it is.
Yes. So Abula means the combination. Everything.
Combination.
Okay.
Yeah. So you will see what will be combined.
Okay. So don't miss next week. At least I know you can always go back and watch the video, but be the first to know. It's not bad news, like I said. It's good news. Be the first to know the good news. And please share the good news before the day so that your friends and family can see it. At least since we have the privilege to be able to send it out before the time. So let's share it so people can actually tune in and see if, and for the Africans in the house, at least is one of the opportunities that we are not too selfish with all the healthy things the healthy endowments that God has given our continent. So we want to also share this to other people to enjoy some of the things that actually even keep our skin stronger, and we have all of this endowment that God gave us. So we want to just share some of it out. So share this to your friends, family, even to your enemies. Share it to them, because you want even your enemies to be healthy. So just share it to everybody, because this is not one recipe that is common.
Yeah.
Like even the people in the chat, look at Charlene, thought that Niger was the vegetable, So I promise we're going to try to change the title,
the wording of the
the title, like maybe just put Nigeria there so it's in full, so everybody kind of understands what it is. So we're going to try to do that, and really we appreciate what's the time.
Almost done here.
So we're almost we're at the end of this, and thank you everybody who is here today to support this and to listen to it, and to all my super chatters, and I really appreciate your donation to the channel to support what we're doing. I have one question from. What is best way to cook vegetables to retain all nutrients? Answer?
Well, yeah, I can try.
Okay.
So one thing I do, and I have always had good comments on that when I make my veggies, even my stir fries. We don't want to cook it for long. Sure. And that's part of what helps it retain its nutrients. And if you don't want to cook it for long, but you actually want it to reach a certain level of tenderness for how it feels in your mouth, or some crunchiness if you want. But in this, I think you're asking about vegetables,
yes,
not
veggies.
just the Ewedu. So I give it a high heat at the very beginning and for a very short time, and then I turn it down. Once I get it hot and sizzling, I turn up the heat. Because the vegetables, they're gonna get even more tender after you have removed the heat. So that's what I tell my daughter to do. High heat, let it sizzle, let it kind of boil, and take it off, and then remove it also from the hot stove.
Yes,
because you don't want to keep cooking it, because if it retains a lot of heat, it's gonna keep cooking. So take it away and take it out of the hot plate as well. Yes. And then you're gonna have it green. If you want it crunchy, you're gonna have it even crunchy, but it's cooked, and it's gonna keep its flavor and everything because it's not overdone.
Yes, absolutely.
That always works for me, and I always get good comments that make me feel good about it.
Yes, I know. Yeah, that's good. And then I would also add that cooking the vegetable with no water is the go-to. No matter the vegetable you're cooking. What I do is I moist it. Let's say you already pre-washed it, and now it's a bit dry because you have had time to wash it then. But if it's coming from the freezer, then it's fine. Don't add any water to it. If you've just washed it, just put it in the pot, and I'll do mine on low heat because there's no water in it. So I just season it and do low heat. And just let it, once it's steamed, then it's good. So that's how I do my vegetables. So I don't have to, because when you add water to your vegetables and then you sieve out the water, then it's like everything is gone.
Yeah.
So that was what, we learned growing up. You don't want to lose everything in this vegetable. You want to retain everything in it. So, and that's the way I've always cooked it. So I think that if you try this style of either you want to crank it up and now cook it, then reduce the heat. And then when I finish cooking my vegetables, I always, like you said, remove it from the pan right away. Remove it from the pot. Because once it's in the pot, like Lara has said, it's still cooking. And some vegetables you really don't even need to cook them. Like for instance, if I'm making, let's say I'm making a Nigerian melon soup, a BC soup. Once I put the vegetable, let's say the vegetable is spinach. Once I add that vegetable, my soup is out. I'm done. So as I'm adding the vegetable, I'm bringing out my soup. I'm not cooking it at all. And you'll be shocked. If you don't remove that soup from that pot, you're overcooking them. Because the heat is still on, everything's cooking, and the vegetable, like Lara said, they're tender.
Yes. And it helps it retain its color too. So some people, if you cook it that way, you'll have people asking you, how do you get your veggies still looking green after you've cooked them? It's because you didn't overcook them. And I love what you said about not adding water. Well, for me, I thought that was a no-brainer. That people already know that because the water washes away all of your good stuff. So I also keep it that way also. But Chinwe style is perfect for vegetables that you only need it tender. You don't need it crunchy or anything. For the more kind of tender vegetables. Yeah, the way you use the low heat is good for that, especially if it's coming from the fridge or the freezer. The other one I described is for tougher vegetables that you don't want them to get soggy or too soft. They're supposed to have some crunchiness to them. That's the way I do that.
Okay. Wow. There you go. You've got all the methods that we have, so you can try and see whatever suits your convenience, Uzama is saying, thanks so much. I'm happy at all your response. Much love to Omask and Lara. Lara is Lola. Rose Uzoma is okay.
I have friends.
I know she likes the Lola. That is Lara. So wash hands, wash hands. Yeah, we'll try to keep washing our hands. Rose Uzoma, thank you so much. Is it healthy washing vegetables with apple cider? You want to answer?
I have seen people do that. I would say there's nothing wrong in apple cider, because some of us still use it anyway, so there's no danger of poisoning in it. And I think washing the vegetables with that may actually give it a lift when you saute it or do anything. It's actually beneficial. Yeah.
But you don't really even need to use apple cider. You can just use ordinary vinegar. You can just use the plain vinegar to wash your vegetables, just to make sure that there is no, because of the way they grow all these vegetables and all these products. You want to, the only reason why people started using vinegar is to make sure that there's no pesticides, that you wash them off. So I don't think you really need to go as deep as
the apple cider.
You know, it's like you're pushing it now. You know,
well, it's a kind of vinegar too.
I know, but
no, it doesn't have to go to that level.
You don't need to go to that level. But if that's what you like to use, fantastic, you can use it. But personally, I just use the ordinary white vinegar because one, for cost, and you're getting the same thing. So because the white vinegar, you can get a big jar, because I use vinegar to wash most of my fruits and things. So if I have to do, some of us are very economical, you know. So we think about
best practices.
So we think about the cost of it as well. So because apple cider is more expensive than white vinegar.
That's true.
So, and if you use it all the time, I normally use just white vinegar, because I'm going to pour as much as I want in this vegetable and soak my vegetable for at least minimum 5 minutes. Just leave it there so that whatever pesticide that is there just washes off. Then I'm going to rinse it. Sometimes I would have actually washed it depending on how I feel about the vegetable. I would wash it with ordinary water. Then I'll now soak it with the vinegar so that everything else that is there goes to the bottom. Then I lift it up and then I'll rinse it later. So, but it's up to you what you want to use. I use it. But I don't use apple cider.
So the answer is yes?
Yes. Yes. So we have Mama Handprint. You are so welcome. Hello, host and guest. You know, I don't have a problem if all the content creators in the house want to meet each other. If you've not met any of the other content creators, please go ahead and meet each other. And I must tell you that any content creator in this house is very organic. So if you have not met any content creator here, you can go and see their house, and I'm sure they will get back to you. And if you don't have me as your friend or family, definitely connect with me. I will see you tomorrow, not today. So connect with other content creators. It's good that we share information and make friends with one another. It's always good to share best practices. That's what Lara calls it. I love that. Hi, Mama Handprint. Somebody's greeting. So we have, Sarah. Bye. Thank you so much, Africa New TV, for coming, for the support. We're closing as well. We're going to be closing in 5 minutes. I was actually clapping for you guys. Oh my gosh, Zama, thank you so much. She said she was clapping for us. What did we do? Thank you.
That's very generous. Yes. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. We have Sarah King saying, how about washing vegetables with baking soda?
Honestly, I'm going to have to go research that.
I have no clue.
I haven't used baking soda.
Yeah, I've not used it.
But it's something to think about.
I know that baking soda, is used for different things, but I've never used it for, I would use it for washing my pots. If I think there's a part of my pots that is dark, I would use it. if I don't want to use the vine because it's stronger. But for the vegetable, like Lara said, maybe because after next week, we're going to have the final conversation. The week after, which is the week of the 6th of September, the week of the 13th. 13th of September, we're going to have this final, that will be the last conversation. So please share this. We're going to try to look into this baking soda thing and see if we're going to bounce the ideas and see, and then look at research and see what to bring to you. Definitely Sarah King Kitchen, we are going to try, or do you have any answer for it? If you have any answer for it,
please share.
Could you share in the chat so everybody can get to know the best practices?
For sure.
Thank you. Very interesting conversation. Thank you so much, Mama's Handprint. We have Mama's Handprint. Hello, Uzoma is saying hello to you. I don't know if you guys know each other, but you can connect with each other. So, I think we're done.
Yes, it's been all good.
Yeah.
And I want to say thank you all for connecting with us again this week on our Q&A. And I leave it to your host.
Oh, wow. Lara has been amazing to us, sharing her time, love, and everything, and ideas, tips. So thank you so much, my dear friend, for sharing your own best practices with us.
It's been fun.
And sharing the amazing Abula recipe. You know, I love Abula, and some of us call it, we never even call it Abula. We call it Amala and Ewedu. That's what we call it, and then we call the begiri. We actually say begiri, and most people from the Eastern Nigeria, because I grew up in Lagos, I knew about it, so, but most people don't even know. When you say Amala and Ewedu and begiri, it's like, what's begiri? So now you guys have seen what the bakery, and it's coming from the Ibadan way. That is the authentic, recipe. So hopefully people will try it.
Yes.
If you can try it, even if it's just the jute leaf by itself or anyhow, and share with us next in 2 weeks when we have the conversation, that will really be great. So that all the people who have not tried it, we just want to encourage each other to see this can be a great addition to your diet.
Yes.
If you're looking for something to add, I think the Ewedu
is a great one. And if you insist on combining your locust beans with it, you can find locust beans dried.
Oh, okay.
At any ethnic store. I know the Chinese also use locust beans.
Oh, really?
Yes.
I didn't know
they call them black beans.
Oh.
They call them black beans. It might not be as fermented as the Nigerian ones, but if you go to any African stores that sell Nigerian foods or Ghanaian stores, ask for locust beans or Iru, I-R-U, Iru. And they sell them frozen, they sell them dried. My mom always does them from scratch, and she brings them to us. And we freeze them. You can have it all year round.
Oh,
so that's the way to have it. So you don't have to have it. It's not by season or anything. Okay. You can keep it frozen in the freezer, and you can always have it when you need it.
Okay.
Both for the begiri and for the Ewedu. And you know that you can always have the begiri by itself. You can always have the Ewedu by itself. But we are bringing you something new.
Wow.
Stay tuned for next week.
Yes. And Sarah King Kitchen has something. She had something to say about the soda, the baking soda. She says, my aunt washes veggie with baking soda. Takes away all the dirt or something like that.
Maybe.
Yeah. Is that what you mean? You meant that it takes away the dirt from the vegetable? Oh. So now that was why I asked her, because maybe she's aware that somebody's used it before.
Maybe it cleans it better. Just, maybe the same idea as vinegar.
Yeah, maybe.
Cleans, as cleansing properties.
Yeah, just that we have not tried it. So we didn't know that you use it for vegetables. But now you guys know, you can try it if that's what you want to do. And because if somebody is using it, then they're using it for a reason.
As long as it doesn't change the texture or color of your vegetables, I'm sure it's not going to change the taste.
Yes, I don't think so. Yeah. Thank you, Sarah King, for bringing this on. Thank you. So Uzama is saying, I heard food once cooked, all bacteria died. Okay, died. So why is it necessary to wash our vegetables so very well?
Oh,
I can answer this. Because
we
don't cook the vegetable that long.
Yeah.
We don't cook them that long. So unless you like the meat, my son was saying to me the other day, he said, don't worry, I'll do it. I said, why? He said, because your meat is all the things you just cook well. The vegetable, you just cook them. You just cook them like for 1 second.
Yeah.
So because the vegetable I don't cook for a long time, I want to wash them to know that because any bacterial would, I think you have to cook for at least maybe 20 minutes.
Higher. It requires higher
heat and all of that, and a longer time to be able to kill. Like, for instance, let's say you have tapeworm, because tapeworm is mostly what you have in the vegetable, isn't it? Or worms. What kind of worms do you have?
Those things from the soil. And
no, not tapeworm. Tapeworm is in the meat, correct?
Yeah.
So you have like some worms or something. They might not die in 3-5 minutes.
Yeah.
They might need you to cook them for longer. For me, that's why. I don't know if there are other reasons. We can check it out though.
That's a best practice to wash. And the other reason I would always wash my vegetables, it might have sand. It might have grains of sand because it's coming from the dirt from the soil. So even if it's not bacteria, I don't want to taste grains of sand in my teeth. Even if the food is delicious, I'm gonna say, oh, yeah,
it puts you away.
Wait, am I gonna taste sand in my next bite as well?
Yes.
So I would rather wash.
Yeah. Okay. So Rose, thank you for just, you're just stretching us. That is really, really nice. Really enjoy it. Surely learning something. Somebody is saying something. She says, Mama's handprint. Surely learning something new. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mama's handprint. We really appreciate your presence here. Rose Uzama is saying, is it necessary to defrost vegetable before using, or just cook as it is frozen?
You want me to go for that?
Try it. Go for it.
So I like food to smell organic, like it doesn't have too much in it. And for frozen food, sometimes we're not sure what has been added to preserve its color or whatever in the frozen form. And so what I like to do is to run hot water through my frozen vegetable or whatever. I run it through just to make it taste as natural as possible. I don't know if you, I'm sure you do.
I do the same thing. See?
Hot water.
I actually do the same thing. It's like especially with maybe not for something like this, not the Ewedu leaves, because if you run water in it, it's done.
Yeah.
So maybe the last time we cooked it frozen, you had said to leave it out.
Yeah.
And then we cooked it.
Yeah.
So, but when I want to cook something like the green peas or carrots, all those mixed vegetables, I always would put them in a sieve and run hot water over them.
Exactly.
And then just to make sure that sometimes I feel also like I don't want the frost in it while I start
I don't want the frost. The frost can give you a taste.
Yes, I just feel like I don't want the frost in it, so I rinse it off. Even if I don't have hot water, I would still rinse it with water to make sure that then it will require longer rinsing. And most of the time, actually, I would rinse with either lukewarm water or even ordinary cold water. So different people do things differently. We all would never do things all the same way.
That's true. And you're trying to prevent it from getting overcooked.
Yes.
Right? Okay. That's a good
yes. And the best practices, like this forum is for us to share our ideas of different ways that we do things. Like Rose Uzama, you can also share the way you do it for people in the chat to also see if that's the best practice, that because we all learn every day as we go. So and the reason on unmasked lifestyle is we just want to have an informal conversation. Because we cannot, even with COVID or even with no COVID. Rose Uzoma is all the way in Italy, and we're here having this honest conversation about how to make our families eat healthy. Our friends, when people visit your house, at least they know that whatever you're giving them is gone through Lara's best practice.
Chinwe's best practice.
It's amazing. So that is really cool. I love that. So thank you so much, Rose Uzoma. We said we were winding down last 10 minutes. We're still here chatting. It's all good, but we're going to let you guys go. If you're still here, let's see you, wave us. And we really appreciate each and every one of you who is supported this live today and who is listening and contributed or sat by the side and supported us with your emotional support and all of that. We appreciate you. Thank you all so much. And we'll be ending this very soon. Wow, this live stream is amazing. Kudos to you both. Huge to you both. Hugs. Thank you. Love you, love you, love you, love you. How's my little baby girl? How is she doing? Thank you so much, Rose, for being here and supporting and sharing the sound. We appreciate it. So we have Sarah is still here. Sarah King's Kitchen. Thank you so much for coming. We have Estilicious. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you all. Superboss Peg is still here. Thank you so much for all your support. That's right. Guess you right. Thank you. Well, yes, and Lara, thank you once again for your time and love and support and sharing with this channel. We really appreciate it. Lara is doing this out of the goodness of her heart. She's not paid for it. So she is bringing all of this because she loves people. She loves to help. She loves to share her best practice. So thank you.
I've had a lot of fun doing this. So you have done me a favor by inviting me to your channel, and it's been an honor.
Thank you.
And been lovely meeting all you good people too.
Yes, amazing family that we have on YouTube. You know, you wouldn't know you have, some people you've not seen. Sometimes it feels like they're just beside your next door neighbor. How beautiful can that be? Bye everyone, she is fine. Yes, she's beautiful. Yeah, she's my good friend. So thank you all and stay blessed, stay safe. Try this recipe so that when we meet in 2 weeks, you can tell us your experience.
Yes.
That would be great.
And we'll be ready for you.
Okay, in praise. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Great information. Thank you for your support and love. Thank you. Thanks so much, our guests. Guests, hope to see more of you. Hope to see you guys next week, Monday, and the week after. Stay blessed and ciao. Bye. Let's end it now. Who else? Okay, nobody. Thank you, guys.